This is the stuff that I'm hunting in. It's beautiful, but it is some rugged stuff. It's not like you see an animal clear across the canyon and just decide to go after it. Pretty cool stuff. Hopefully I can find a bear in here somewhere. Tons of deer and elk sign. Honestly, I haven't seen anything for bear, but I know they've got to be in here. This is my first update. It's Saturday morning. I think it's somewhere around 9 or 9:30. I got here last night, so I had to work yesterday. Yesterday was the opener for bear season in Washington. I had to work, so I had all my stuff loaded in my truck as soon as I got off work. I took off straight from work. Got to the trailhead last night. Unfortunately, nobody was there. Got there around 4:30, got all my gear organized and ready, changed clothes, and got on the trail about 5 o'clock. And not too far down the trail, less than a quarter of a mile down the trail, I saw my first deer. Pretty sure it was a spike. I'll have to look at the video after. And then probably a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles up the drainage, I saw 2 more deer way up on the canyon wall across from me. I don't know that I really got them on video. By the time I got the camera, I think they had saw me or heard me, and they had kind of stopped moving, so it was really hard to pick them out. They were quite a ways away. I don't know, 300 yards, maybe more. A couple of deer up there, so I don't know what they were. And then I think I had another doe too. I don't remember now. And then just a little ways past those couple of deer that were up on the canyon wall, I kicked up a bull elk, and it was a pretty nice bull. Same thing though. By the time I got the camera and I was trying to find him through the trees, I don't really know if I got him or not. I couldn't tell, but it looked like a decent bull. Long main beams, pretty wide. I couldn't see points, but if I was to guess, I'd say at least a 5-point, possibly a small 6. So that was really cool, and actually made it to camp last night before it got dark, which was kind of my concern, and got it all set up and had some dinner and went to bed. So everything worked out great yesterday, with the exception of my sleeping pad obviously has a hole in it, so it is completely flat. Other than that, great campsite, nice and level, soft dirt. It's an old elk bed, so it's perfect. So got up early this morning right at first light, had some coffee, and then hiked up this hill to the right of me, and just basically sat up there and just glassed and listened. And I know I had some elk down below me in the ravine below me. I never saw them, but I could tell just by how much they were crashing through that I don't think they knew I was there, but that it was obviously elk. But I haven't seen anything else since. I moved over, sat there for at least an hour, and then I moved over to this side over here. I kept hearing some rocks rolling down through this kind of small scree field over there, but I could never find anything that was making it happen. So it's a big cliff right above it, so it could have just been rocks falling periodically, but I never saw anything over there. So I'm back at camp now, just doing this update. It was a beautiful morning this morning, just calm, cool. It was just beautiful. Some really rugged stuff that I'm in, which is really cool. But it's some work. And this place, had a burn years and years ago. Had a fire. So there are spots where you can see through the trees, but man, the cost of that is just navigating constant deadfall, and it's steep. So beautiful place, just hard to get around. I think what my plan is now is I just spent a couple minutes, completely emptied my pack other than a water bladder, and I've got to hike probably 600 or 700 feet down to fill up the bladder that I brought, and then hike back up. And it's the hardest part of the entire hike when you come in. But hike back up to camp. But I need to get that done because I'm almost out of water, and that's the one thing that's kind of hanging over my head that, you know, is going to be there until I take care of it. And I just want to be able to just not worry about it and go hunt. And so I think now is a good time to do that. So a little bit later in the morning, I'm going to obviously bring the rifle, but nothing else, just an empty pack. I also don't know, like, the trail leaves the water even further down, probably 1,000 feet down. And onX shows that the spring or the creek is still much further up the hill, and so I'm kind of banking on that being right, so that it's only 600 or 700 feet down I have to go, but it's very possible I could have to go even further than that because I don't know where the water is coming out. So that's probably what's going to be the plan for the next hour or two, and then I think once I get that taken care of, get back up here, I'll probably just have lunch before I leave camp, and then I plan on going back over this way. Over this way, it's kind of hard to get to. It's kind of cliffed out and some scree fields like I mentioned. But when you get across that, which I did last weekend when I was in here scouting, you can get on a ridge and you can see quite a bit from there, and so I'm hoping, you know, I'll have a little bit better visibility, have a lot more ground I can look at, and then probably do some predator calling once I kind of figure out the wind, what it's like over there, and do some predator calling and see if I can get something to come in that way. So first full day of hunting, I'll be here tomorrow, and then you know, if I have to, I'll stay until it's dark tomorrow and hike out in the dark, but I'm hoping that's not gonna be what I have to do.
Well, there is water here where onX said there was, so I'm really thankful for that. It's running really well, so that part's all awesome. But it was a nightmare to get down here. I did not find a good trail to get down here, so going back up with the full, I don't know, I think it's 4 gallons of water, 4-gallon bladder, is gonna suck. But once it's done, so let's get to it. Just lucky the water was here and that it's running this well. There's huckleberries here by the water. There's just not much on the bushes, so they've either already been picked over or they just didn't. It just wasn't a good year for them in this location. I don't know which. By the amount of elk sign I see, I'm guessing they've been eaten already. But this is probably the most I've seen in any one location, which is not great. But at least I know they're here, so that's good to know. The camera never does it justice, but that's what I've got to go up with this water. And that's not the summit there, that's a false summit, and there's like another stage of this that is pretty much the same as this. So 2 of these I got to go up with the water. Might not look like much, but it's steep. Here we go. I am really glad that is done.
So this isn't a great spot to do an update, but I figured if I don't do it now, I won't do one. So I got water and got back to camp and ate, like I said, and then got my stuff ready and came over kind of west, northwest, this far ridge where I can kind of see down into this drainage and then also see over into this drainage. It's not ideal, but if I'm going to do some predator calling, which I think I'm going to start here in a little bit, maybe once it gets a little bit later in the afternoon, might start to cool off just a little. I can just see a little bit more than where I was. It's not great. I don't love it. I can't really see down both sides, so I might have to be doing a little bit of bouncing back and forth. But that's where I'm at. It's probably, I don't know, I haven't looked, but it's probably somewhere around 1 o'clock, maybe closer to 2 by now. And I've been doing some glassing. I left my pack a little bit further up the ridge because I haven't been down this far on this ridge before, and I wanted to do a little bit of exploring, which I may do a little bit more of. But so far I haven't found a better location than this, so we'll see what happens. I'll probably, like I said, maybe I'll explore just a little bit more, then I'm going to find a spot to post up. I'm going to do some predator calling, see what happens, and either way I'm probably going to stay here to the end of the night. Whether I stay until it's dark or not, that's what we'll have to see, but this is probably what I'm committed to for the rest of the day. Okay, I've come all the way down to the end of this ridge, pretty much where it starts dropping off into the valley below, and it's really cool stuff, but I got a long hike to the base of that big rock outcropping, so a long hike back up through this jungle, and I'm beat. So I've done some predator calling. I did some predator calling up top. I sat for an hour, waited, didn't hear or see anything, and I did just a little bit down here, and I'm walking back through, so I'm not going to stay here an hour, but I'll go slow, see if I hear or see anything. I gotta start heading back up. It's about 4:30. I'm guessing it's gonna take me at least an hour to get up to the top. And I think once I get back up to where my pack is, I might sit and just use the spotter and glass and just see if I can catch anything just moving on its own. So I'm gonna put this away until I get up there so I can navigate this jungle, and hopefully I can locate something when I get back up there. Made it back up to my pack. And I'm just finishing out the evening. Just glassing across this valley here. Can't see a lot, but if something was moving, should be able to pick it out. It's probably somewhere around 6 or 6:30. See if we can make something happen in the last 2 hours. Good morning. It's last day, Sunday morning. I'm still in camp. Yesterday wore me out, no doubt. Wasn't a ton of distance, probably 4 miles or something like that, but there's a lot of elevation, and a lot of it with a heavy pack, getting water, and then just carrying my gear around. So I slept in a little bit, and then I've just been taking my time getting out of camp. But it's just gorgeous morning. It's going to be pretty hot today, I think. Yesterday I had some haze and some cloud cover for the first couple hours. There's nothing this morning. It's full sun already. So it's beautiful though. Just finishing my coffee. And then the plan today is I'm going to go one more ridge past where I ended the day yesterday. It's a roll of the dice, but the reason for going to that drainage is it's got a little bit more timber in it, so it didn't burn as much as what I've been in. So, and it has at least a seasonal creek. I don't know that there's water in it right now, but so I feel like there's a little bit more cover there. It might be a little bit more cool. Might be a chance that a bear would want to hang out in there for the day, and possibly there's berries in there. I don't know. I haven't been in it before, so just gonna go check it out, and then I'm gonna kind of play it by ear. If I'm not seeing anything, then I think I'm probably gonna come back middle part of the day and pack things up and head out. But I want to do that because the drainage that I hike up to get up to here is great. It's got a year-round creek. It didn't burn on one side. It didn't burn on the other side. It did. So it's got both, right? It's got some timber and it's got some open stuff. There's berries in the bottom of that ravine where the creek is. And I've seen, elk and deer in there, so it's obviously someplace that, the animals like to hang out. The only reason I never even planned on hunting that is because the main trail comes up that drainage. And so I just thought there'd be too much traffic and too many people, but I haven't seen anybody yet. I've seen a few boot prints on the trail, but haven't seen anybody, so I think I'll try to hunt that in the evening on my way out. Just really take my time, sit in glass, watch, and then just see what happens. That would be ideal, right? Shoot something down in the bottom a mile from the truck, but we'll see. That's kind of the plan for right now. I also have to decide if I'm going to pack everything out or if I'm going to hang a bag and come back next weekend. How this morning goes will play into that, but I probably better get going. This is the last morning for this weekend, so cross my fingers, hope something happens. So, right when I got to the first ravine, I heard some rocks rolling above me. I thought I heard some branches snap a little while after that. So I dropped my pack and climbed all the way to the top, which was not a small amount of effort, but anyway, I sat up there for like an hour. It's a great vantage point, but never ended up seeing anything. So I continued to make my way over. I just came down through all of that, and now I'm going to try to traverse right along here, in front of this rock wall, and then get over on that ridge, and then just follow it down to the end. It doesn't go all that far, but it'll give me a look into that ravine there, where there's more trees. I think at some point during the year there's water down there. It's kind of a little bit more north facing, shaded. Maybe I'll be able to spot something or pull something out of there. Plan on getting over to the end there and then doing some predator calling, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But right now I got these scree fields that I need to get across. They don't look too bad, but looks can be deceiving. Man, that is some cool stuff. That ridge is where I was yesterday. Went all the way down it, just over the top of that dead tree. I don't know, somewhere I can't really see because of the sun, but somewhere right in there, that point is where I stopped. But look at this. Beautiful, amazing. Well, I did some predator calling. Sat here for about an hour, and yeah, haven't heard or seen anything. Been doing some glassing, but most of the stuff that I can see is too far away that even if I did see something, I wouldn't be able to go after it or take a shot because I wouldn't be able to get it out because I'm heading out today. So I think it's getting to that point of the trip. Gotta head back, break down camp, pack everything up, and then head out. I'm definitely going to be hunting on the way out because it's some really good stuff that I go through. So there's still always a chance, and that would be ideal. Get it on the way out, closer to the truck, down lower. But we'll see. My plan was to come back here next weekend as well, but I just don't know it's worth investing that much more time in here. I'll have to think about it, but I need to decide that before I head out, because if I do, then I can leave a bag, hang a bag, and if I don't, then it's all got to come out with me, which I don't know if I can even get it all in my pack. So I've got some stuff to figure out. That's another reason why I want to get back to camp. I don't want to be in a big rush, but I think starting to wind it down, and I'm definitely going to be headed back to camp. All right, getting ready to head out. Everything's packed up. I think it's going to be close to 70 pounds. There was 60 coming in, and I didn't have the tent and the cook stuff and the propane and 2 trail cameras, and so I don't know, but that pack is heavy. I'm probably gonna have to do the whole roll over on my hands and knees like I got quarters on there just to get up with it. But you know, that's fine when you're packing meat, but when it's just gear, it kind of sucks. Not looking forward to this pack out, but need to get started. Here we go. I made it out. I am drenched in sweat. Pretty sure I could wring this out. Disappointed that I didn't see any bears, but that was a great adventure. I wanted to kind of push myself a little bit, and definitely did that with this hunt. And at the end of the day, I guess I'm just extremely thankful to be out here in August trying to hunt bears, because we almost lost that last year. And if it wasn't for several groups, Conservation Coalition of Washington, Howl, Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, several others, and just the individuals that have been like fighting boots on the ground to protect our lifestyle and our opportunity to hunt in this state, I wouldn't be doing this right now. So I know I didn't punch a tag. August isn't over. I hope to be out next weekend. But I'm just really thankful for everybody that is willing to get involved and give us the opportunity to continue to do this sort of stuff. Catch you on the next one.